Such a loud beep this GoPro has. Anyway, welcome to Z Reviews. Hi, I'm Zeos. We're going to talk about a headphone that is very much a beta, and it actually has an IndieGoGo page. You might recognize this one. Oh, the artisanal headphones. This is the final revision, the revision people are getting in the mail. And as you're getting these in the mail, if you ordered them from the IndieGoGo page, the creator, Jeffrey, has worked on a second one. He's going for a much lighter. So basically, he just finished and finalized those, worked out almost all the kinks, and now it's on to something new. So let's talk about these for a second, but first, I have some shit to say. Number one, merch is available from a merch store, but my friend and I, we picked out t-shirts, we get them printed, we ship them to you. Shipping sucks, by the way, because of price of gas. But merch store, that's literally, we have one shirt. It's in that color. I hope you want that color with white lettering, because that's what you get. There's the front. With a Z, you can see I've worn that one and it's not washed. And that one's ironed and beautiful. And then it says Z Reviews in the back. You also can buy these stickers at the merch store at zboombox.com. Because I own that URL, because I was going to make boomboxes at some point. I never did, but I could sell t-shirts. That's number one. Number two, have you checked out the secondary channel? In fact, link in the description. I did a walking tour of the whole house and showed off every headphone I have. I also did a walking tour of my whole house and showed off every speaker I have and the stories behind them. If you'd like to see that, linked in the description, secondary channel, that's where that content will be. Lastly, before the end of April 2022, I had to think about that for a second, I still have a $50 off coupon code. God, my hands are greasy. For these, the Romeo 7 Delta X-rays. These are a hi-fi min that is not planar and actually very good. These are dumb for $100. Everyone says it. They're like, these are dumb for $100. These are Sundars but closed back for $100. So click the link to get those. $50 off, making them $99 total plus whatever tax it is. Anyway, back to these. So beta, it hurts. But there is improvements here that I cannot wait to see the actual. I actually got a list here. Because he sent me these and I'm like, all right, so these are the betas. So you want me to do like a little quick review and then, you know, tell people they should support. And then I think they want $300 for the early bird special or for the special. They weigh nothing. There's no wood cups anymore. He's got everything here currently is 3D printed. And a lot of things need to be adjusted and resized. And there's many exposed screws. And these just sort of come out because I actually have a second set of drivers that he wants to know which tuning I'd like to go with. So this review is going to be like, well, things are possible. How do you make that? How do you make a thing that it actually like legitimately pops in place and then pulls out? That's nice. So what I'm gonna do is, I guess I'm gonna pause the camera. These are the stock pads that comes with. He's got some very heavily perforated interior pads with a slight angle. I'm going to try different pads because he's like, look, I don't have access to like the kind of pads you have. I have a whole box. I'm going to try at least the new Xenon pads from Mod House. And then I'm going to try 2 or 3 more pads on both this driver configuration and this driver configuration. And I will report back and tell you if it's... I mean, here's the thing. I kind of think you should support small creators. And this guy's making these in America. So if you want to like look at them just for that reason, IndieGoGo page linked. I think they sound probably like $300. These are comparable to a lot of the lower end planners that are like way more established brands. And if he does the things he says he's going to do, which I know he will because he did them to this, if he fixes those things for these are going to be a force to reckon with. We just got to ignore the fact that they are as beta as fuck. Let's see if these can turn into alpha. 1 second. Abandoned places. Okay, so these are really smooth, like the delivery. I can tell this is someone who isn't working on a headphone. Like he started working on that headphone and working on the headphone, the driver, and the headphone, the finish, and sell the headphone. But I think this driver is just continually improving. And this is like the next revision after, by the way, the name of this, by the way, is called the Hynode. You could just make it out there, made in USA. And I mean, the artisan wood, I get it. He's keeping that like the sunset with the thing. I like the pattern. Some of the changes, like one of the things is a stainless steel headband will be thinner. This is very thick, by the way. This is a chonky boy, and wider. Because right now when I wear it on my head, if I take it off, it's like that, and that sort of like creeps the pads away. So these are all like minor changes. He's going to be changing, deburring all the edges. The edges right now are sharp as fuck. This is like, hey, we made this in like 8 seconds. Do you want to try it? Yeah, cool. So a lot of these things are just ignore the looks. Like if I tell you this is sharp, it's sharp. If I tell you this is stuck on with double stick tape, it is. Well, that's actually like even Abyss doesn't, can't handle that, right? The gimbals need better tolerance. Metal yoke. There's a bunch of stuff that if he reaches the goals for the headphones, which he wants to sell 100 pairs. He wants to sell 100 pairs. So it's a $30,000 goal, which means 100 pairs at $300. It's not that lofty. You think like, oh, it's a lot, but it's 100 pairs of headphones. I mean, shit. You know, every time Koss comes out with a headphone, like 7,000 pairs come out. Then again, they're not, you know, this. Although I would say these right now are prone to sound better than anything Koss has ever made. Just honesty here. They're still pretty hard to drive, like the last set. Like I got this thing cranked pretty fucking high. Does come with a real nice cable though. He specified, no, I'm selling it with just a balanced 4.4 cable that ends in 3.5mm connectors right now into the cups. And if you want to use this for something else, this alone would be like a $70, $80 cable. Like is it 2 conductor or 3 conductor? That's wild. So he's bringing 3 conductors up to use the wire and then it's splitting into 2. It's really nice. I do enjoy a good wire, and it's well indicated. These stock pads, he says he's going to remove the perforation inside because he thinks that'll keep up the bass more. He just sent it to me because he knew I have a million pairs of pads. I'm going to try the Xenon pads. I'm going to try these XL hybrid pads from Brainwaves, and I have a set of ZMF Aeolus pads, which are hyper perforated but flatter, and see if that can change anything about it. I'm gonna try out these other driver tunings in a second, because I've been listening to these, and it's like literally like, oh, okay, great, they're great headphones. When can I buy them? So I guess I should give you some more statistics on sound while we're here. Besides just smooth, because they are just smooth. They are just so smooth. He's worked out the balance issues. There's no left and right. Like the earlier versions of those had issues. Black strobe, I'm a man from the rock and roller. See, I gotta know what the tonality change is gonna be when I start swapping pads. Because the vocals are clean. They're not nasally, but I could definitely tell that there's a slight bass loss because of the pad. And they're not super soundstagey, but they probably will modify greatly with a pad. Because I know like pleather pads or leather pads like this, when you trap them in there, the soundstage sort of gets squished. So I'm probably going to swap that out. Now, I got so many different things. I'm just going to pause this again. By the way, I changed the desk. Mousepads.com. If you want to get this, I like this one. It makes my videos pop. But yes, let's move on. Oh, another thing before I go. Less clamp, increase head sizes, edges deburred. Oh, if he reaches the goal, he will get anodized. These will be anodized. Gimbal tolerance, nylon, CNC machined aluminum. He might do this in CNC aluminum if, again, he reaches the goal. The driver enclosure, yes, will stay. The driver, he says the driver, this is still beta. Well, obviously, because I have another set to test with. And I said before, hopefully it'll become alpha. Alpha will be going backwards. You go from alpha to beta to like release candidate 1, release candidate 2, and then final release. But honestly, I'm looking for not Sivga. Wow. I'm looking for Sigma. I want the Sigma male. Cable balance XLR. He's going to remove the perforations. And he's going to actually try to get them out fast. He said the last time with the Artisans, if you've supported that campaign, because he didn't reach his goal. I still have the page up for that. I played music and went to my thing. Hold on 1 second. Pause that. I still have open. Here is the new campaign. Currently 18 days left and 5 backers. So that's, considering I just made one little post on the community, that's not bad. His previous headphone here had 44 backers. He didn't even get to halfway of his goal, and he still put out that product. Like, that's commitment. He could have just said, oh, I didn't make the goal and gave up. He didn't. He's like, no. I want to do headphones. I want to make headphones for a living. So even if he doesn't make the goal, if he gets close, a lot of the things he's talking about here will get done. And this will be an absolutely competitive headphone against, I don't want to even start naming names, but it'll certainly shit on a bunch of cheaper hi-fi minis. Like, this is $50 less than the Sundara. And the Sundara ain't exactly built, like, great, but the Sundaras have a sound. And I think this sound competes with Sundara's sound. If I could add more bass to this with some pads, then that's the sort of competition this guy's going for. And he's making them, like, one at a time with 3D printed parts. So, if for just that reason, support. So let's minimize this. I'm going to stop the camera, swap out to these drivers and the stock pads, and I'll get to the pad swapping in a bit. I'm just probably going to run through that real quick. But yeah, oh, by the way, I thought that was an adorable wallpaper. She's feeding me bread. It's a pigeon. Okay, so when I had these out, it said wave driver on top. When I took these off, it says linear driver. So these were the linear driver with some extra material in front of there. And these are the wave driver. And immediately more warmth and a little bit brighter in the highs. So I would absolutely agree. These are the linear driver. I don't think he's going to offer like swappable fucking drivers, but that's not a bad idea. Like, honestly, if something succeeds, if you could sell a headphone and just have the cable and the headband and just pop them in. If the whole headphone costs $300 and these cost like, actually the driver would be the most expensive, it'd be $200 for that. They just keep the $100 worth of everything else and just pop them in, pop them and lock them. So yeah, these have definitely more of this kind of. These went from Sundara now. We've shifted gears. I'm trying to think what other. 5XX is still too light. These are a little bit thicker, thick, heavy. Ooh. 5XXs. Not quite as big, but even with the stock pads, the pads that he says don't have another bass, these now have more bass. They're a little bit more shouty, like they're getting out there. They're like sound. Some nice, quiet music, just playing in the background. Listen to it. Ooh, I think I like these more. If like fit like audibly. So I'm gonna like the linear driver. I like the linear driver. Like I lived the linear driver like, oh, Sundara. So now I'm comparing it to something like a little more bass tonality. I'm getting fucking hemp vibes. I know hemp is a dynamic and these are planar, but that's the kind of, if I can increase the width with a pad swap. In fact, be right back. Just wanted to pop in and show you how serious I am about this, because these are the Xenon Pads, which I had Mod House give me like 3 of them, because these are his tuned Daconis, and they have really thick surrounds. It's hard to get them on things. Like the stock pads for this are like nothing. So these are like chonky. So I just took my scissor to them and they cut really easily. So for $50 a pair, please check out the Xenon Pads from Mod House. They don't just make your T60 Argon sound amazing. They're probably going to make, I got to see. I'll be right back. Put these on. Yeah, no, I just spent about the last 12 minutes. I'm not going to 12 minutes. And I'm just like, okay, yeah. Because now, musicians of the Nile, Zarafat al-Said, from the Luxor to Ilzna. I don't know what this is, but it's like, I don't know how to get the headphones onto the new GoPro's got weird mic positions. It used to be top and side. Now it's front no, it used to be front and side. Now I think it's top and front and it says stereo. I don't know. Anyway, this is soundstage and low end. Not as much like it isn't slapping my head, but it's there. It's girthy. It's got some girthy low end. So yeah, I think basically what the creator said is, I don't have every pad in the world, but every pad I've put on this makes it sound significantly different. And I'm not sure in the end what I'm going to actually do. So I'm going to highly recommend that he pick up. If he doesn't have a set of the Xenon Pads, I might even get him in touch with Ryan from Modhouse directly. I'd be like, look, Ryan, send him pads because he might put it in an order. And you can support new Modhouse headphones while supporting other new headphones. We're going to get some fucking headphone circle jerks going on. Yeah, no, these are fucking dumb. While I was waiting, I put the hybrid pads, the XL ones, onto the neutral cups, which, let me just say this. If you're going to build a headphone and you're gonna test it, and you're going to build a platform and you want to send it out to reviewers, this is how you do that. This right here is how you do that, because that's dumb easy. That's, oh my God, that's dumb. Ooh, I like these pads better too. As soon as I get that, oh yeah. Not as wide as this. I think just for basic dimensions. Definitely tighter sound on the linear drive. So now he's gonna have a problem because I'm gonna be like, well, I like this and this. So I still gotta try. I don't have to send these back right away. He's like, you can just hold on to those. I'm making like 15 prototypes, and they'll all be interchangeable. And it might do different patterns. You could just send me the driver. The potential for these headphones, the potential for this company, for SJY, is just like, because any other company could sell this pair of headphones with these pads, and then sell this pair of headphones with these pads and claim they're two completely different headphones, and price them accordingly, and it would sell fucking great. By the way, they're going to do different custom colors if you want them. These are, yeah. There is spectacular potential in this. So if you can get past this, which looks like I printed it, I'm not good at printing. So actually that would be an insult. Like, look how nicely it's put together, even though it's through like 3D printing. Like, I don't know how he got the spring. Like, it sticks up, and it's obviously you're not going to have metal. Someone was like, oh, you're going to poke your eyes out with it. Well, that's because that's the way it is currently. I actually don't hate that, because it would only go down like that if you were storing it, because no one's head is that. If your head is that, you need to seek medical assistance, or you've already done that and they've removed your head. So it's just a matter of like, I'm keeping it basically all the way down. I wonder if he curls the top of this makes it nice. I don't care if it's sticking up, as long as this is nice and isn't gonna poke me in the eyes. But right now, I just lock it down to the flush, and it fits perfectly. I want to say I would master on these, but I haven't listened to enough music to actually say that with confidence. But these are definitely the more neutral and linear fucking sound. Pacific Rim, what are we doing? Yeah. I kind of would just... You know what? I would accept this headband design, and this would just be my headband. I'd keep this on my desk, and then I would just have a wall of, instead of headphones, entire headphones, I would just have different of these. And you got to make the, instead of just plugging in, it has to be magnetic. So it just goes and just assembles itself like something from a movie. I think I'll test it out with more pads. I don't want to keep making this review a million miles long. You understand the concept behind this, right? If you want to support this man to make headphones, there's great potential here. Like, we're looking at shit that's competing with at least the $500 Hi-Fi-Man stuff. And he hasn't even decided on the tuning yet. And I almost don't want him to decide on the tuning, just for the fact that I like each one of these for different reasons. And the stock pads, while adequate, are not the best. Like, the hole is oval shaped, and I'm going to straight, giant, open with, this is the Choice, the Duconi Choice suede. On the Modhouse ones, and this is a hybrid with perforations and then fabric. Is it thicker on one side? No, I'm hallucinating. I want to thank Jeffrey for letting me play with this stuff, and hopefully we can work on the tunings that he wants to pick, and I can go, or, well, I'm thumbs upping either one of these. This video is coming out real soon. I'm probably not going to sound demo these, because since there isn't a final tuning, I don't want to like have an impression of like, well, here's a tuning with, you know, the linear ones and one pair of pads, when it could be the linear or the wave, and the wave with these pads. The potential is there to be fucking amazing, as long as he could straighten out this simple piece of equipment. Well, straighten it out by making it a little bit like a ½ inch wider and less stiff. This shit is stiff, bro. Like, I don't think I could have come up with something so simple and elegant a solution to make a pair of headphones. Like, if I always thought about if I made headphones, how would I do the headband thing? And it's usually just go to another company and buy theirs. But this is literally a bent piece of steel, some 3D printed, essentially boxes that have holes in it, and a rolly pad that I think he's having this made. You can see the stitching. It looks real. It's like hand done. So if you want to support artists, I'm going to call as an artist, here is the IndieGoGo page. Are there more than 5 backers? Did we get a 6th backer? Did we get a 6th? Can I get a 6th? Can I get a... No, still 5 backers. So 5 backers as of the recording of this and 18 days to go. I'll get this out to you with that wallpaper of Pigeon Head Girl with Bread. Pigeon Head Girl with Bread. That's definitely a band name in the description. Thank you again for these. Don't forget to check out the merch line. Don't forget to check out the second channel where you can watch reviews, the house tour of all my headphones and all my speakers. Not just here, everywhere. Every speaker, everywhere. Hi-Fi. Everywhere. It's 2.5 hours. If you're real bored, it's like a podcast with myself. I kind of wish he sent different colors, though. I'd like to try these. I think blue. These, by the way, are intended to be like a darker purple, and they came out mildly pink. You know what? I'd fucking rock it. I'd fucking rock these outside. So anyway, yeah, merch. We've got second channel stuff. We've got the deal on the R70X. But you know what? Fuck it. Don't spend $100 on these. Spend $300 on these, and he will get them out to you sooner rather than later, since COVID screwed up the delivery schedule for the last headphone, and COVID's basically like everyone sorted their shit out at this point. So we're good. I'm good. You're good. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to bring you more updates about this headphone and its potential in the marketplace. Its disruptive potential in the marketplace. Because to make your own planar, that takes effort and that takes skill. And I got to try about 18 more pads of this now, and then give him a list so he can just price them out. Because if I could find like if you can get this pad with this tuning, that'd be perfect. It'd be perfect headphone worth $300. If you can get this tuning and these pads, absolutely perfect headphone. What it does, well, I got to give it a little more listening time. I only gave it about 4 songs in front of you. By the way, do you know if you rub them together, you get all the hair to clump up? Chewbacca's still here somewhere in this house. Chewbacca's hairs are living. Anyway, I'm done. You're done. Thank you. Patreon subscribe, sir. Help support this channel and these videos. If you want to see these videos early, this video in particular is going out sort of in a rush because IndieGoGo's out. So the patrons might get it for a few hours. I'll certainly drop it in the $10 chat and the lifetime chat. If you are a patron of mine for $5, usually see reviews early, participate in yard sales, get access to the sound demo oasis, where all the lost sound demos have gone to live on. If you're a $10 patron, you get into the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, where you get to ask me any questions you'd like. You also get, when you're in that chat, into a lifetime swap meet channel, which is not the same as a lifetime chat. That's if you've supported me over the years to a certain amount, you get into that channel. But if you want to buy, sell, and trade gear with other people who are in the $10 chat or have ever been in the $10 chat, that's where you go. Wallpapers and things. There's a wallpaper horde. You can get every wallpaper ever. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm good. You're good. Thank you to all my sponsors. There's nothing sponsoring this video because I don't know who's scheduled. But yes, see you all in 2 days, or check me out in the second channel, or watch me live stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Sundays, or his cooking video, the unboxing channel. Don't forget the unboxing channel. Just search Z Unboxing. If I don't come up under Z Unboxing, you're not looking good enough. There's going to be shitty, just screen capped thumbnails. There's not even going to be text on them. Anyway, I'm done. Good? Good. Good.